we're live.
Yep.
Nope, we were not live.
We really are now.
Yeah, it's for real. Freaking, this is Chris. I'm John. We're the Heck Podcast. So anybody that's checking it out, that's who we are. I don't know. But
That's how we roll.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of Cheez-Its because neither one of us have ate lunch yet, and it's freaking 18 degrees in our studio because my heater just started firing up. So, hence, we're in jackets and we're freaking super cold.
Surviving the elements.
Yeah, I
in the
feel like it's
podcast
going to be like the ending of the thing. We're just going to sit here and just covered in snow, frozen
Like,
to death.
really, just a grimace on our face, like,
Just going to wait and see what happens.
and then be like,
Ugh. Yeah. Dead. And then I'm dead. But, yeah, so not really a lot of stuff has been going on this week. I mean, it's the world, so there's a lot of stuff going on, but not a lot has passed our radar. So, we do have a couple of things, but not as much as we had last week. Last week was freaking nuts.
yeah, last week was crazy.
Yeah. But, yeah, dude, so first of all, this last weekend, UFC Fight Night 163 happened, and for my money, it was kind of a snoozer. It was kind of a snooze fest. Like, it was a bit kind of skid by on decision again, which that's kind of his style of fighting. I really don't like it, man. I don't know. I don't really like seeing, like, we talked about on our last podcast.
He's like the definition of lay and pray.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, the tail end of George St. Pierre's career, not whenever he came back and fought Bisping, because he laid into Bisping.
He did.
But the tail end of his career, he was playing safe,
Mm-hmm.
just smothering people. I mean, Usman kind of did a little bit, but Usman is a little more active.
Yeah.
He's a little more dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
But Zabit is just, let me hold on to you.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
exactly.
I'll hold
not
on to
do
this victory.
anything. Yeah, exactly. But then Alexander Volkanov, Volkov
Yeah.
beat Greg Hardy. Which, dude, Greg Hardy, like you said, I guess some people said that he did pretty okay in the fight, but like I think he's just kind of skidding by.
Yeah. I think what was this fight for him, pro-wise? Like,
I think it's fourth, maybe
Fourth
or
pro.
fifth. I think it might have been his fifth because he's on there for like most active fighter in the UFC for like this time period.
for a fourth or fifth pro fight, I mean, it's not bad going to decision with a top guy like Volkov.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, everybody that's watched Greg Hardy fight has known that this day was coming for him at some point.
Eventually. Yeah,
Because
he's just over there talking so much shit too. He's like,
He just doesn't have the experience.
No.
I mean, you can talk all day long, but when you get in there with an experienced guy like Volkov, I mean, he wasn't gonna win that fight. I don't believe.
I don't think so either.
Unless he literally just knocked him out in some kind of crazy fluke haymaker or something.
Yeah, and which honestly I haven't really seen much of his knockout power, so I don't really know that how much he's got. You know, like he's not a Francis Ngannou. You know,
No.
Definitely not that. But I think
Speaking
he thinks
of
he
that,
is.
We need to talk about that.
Yes. Are we talking about
Tyson Fury?
Yeah, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King.
They want to fight each other.
They do.
Yeah.
So, here's my thoughts on that. I think that they have. I think that if anything, Tyson Fury is going to end up fighting Stipe. I
Really?
think that fight's going to end up happening eventually because they want it to be a super fight if it happens. And I think that's kind of
A boxing or MMA fight?
MMA. Oh God, what have I done? Sorry. But no, I think it's going to be an MMA fight if that was to happen. That's what I'm thinking they're going to end up doing. It's going to be more of a MMA fight, which is going to it's just going to be another Francis Ngannou versus Stipe type thing because I don't think that
It's going to be bad for Fury.
Yeah.
If that's the first fight he has MMA,
well, that's almost like
bad.
whenever what's that guy's name came over from boxing the
James
first
Tony.
yes, whenever he
His
fought
first fight
Randy
was-
Couture was he the champ?
I don't believe so. I think he was like, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I would have to go back because I don't remember. But I know he was like
He was
knocking
definitely
people
on the top of the
out.
line.
Like that was probably at James Tony's like right on the tail end of his prime.
Well, what I mean is, was Randy Couture the champion whenever he fought?
I don't believe so.
They have a tendency to kind of put a new up-and-comer guy up against, like, the top dog. Like, in all honesty...
But I really don't remember. I don't think he was the champion at that point.
But if he wasn't, he was top 5 at least. You know what I mean? Like he was
still like in his 40s when they fought.
Yeah, nobody shook a stick at, man.
It was a bad, eye-opening moment for James Toney.
Yeah.
I remember the talking going up to that point. James Toney was like, knock his ass out, and saying all this stuff, and Randy Couture was just
being Randy Couture.
Being Randy Couture. And he got in there, and I think James Toney might have thrown one punch, and Randy Couture ducked under it, grabbed him, like, full on, picked him up, and, like, slammed him on the ground. And you could tell Tony was done after that slam.
Yeah.
But then he pounded on him for a few minutes, and James Toney tapped out from getting beat. Dude, like, beat down. So.
I hate whenever I see somebody tap out from getting punched. It's kind of like one of those things. It's like, you should be used to this. Yeah. But you should be used to that type stuff, you know? Especially professional fighting.
I don't know. I feel like I would much rather see Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, because I know that before Ngannou was getting into MMA, he wanted to be a professional boxer. Like, that's what he was going to do.
Do you think that they have that in a boxing atmosphere then, or do you think that they have it in MMA?
I think I would much rather see a boxing match, because I feel like it would be their styles would be a little more even at that point. Well, but as far as like an MMA match, I mean, maybe it would be kind of even. I don't know if I've ever seen Ngannou throw many kicks.
I don't know, man. I really honestly don't think I have either. But I mean, I saw him. He had a what kind of did he do? A Gamora? I can't remember what he had. He ended up getting a submission victory. Just overpowered the guy.
I mean, you could see that happen.
Yeah, something like that. But
I mean, Ngannou would know that Tyson Fury clearly has no experience in the clinch. Yeah. So he could just go in there, clinch him up, and lock up a weird submission on him. Yeah.
But I don't know. Fury's like one of those guys that like just has that like odd athletic strength, you know? And like he can take a punch.
It's from like Tim Sylvia. Yeah. You remember how Tim Sylvia was built? His legs were like he looked like a rooster.
Yeah, he did.
His legs were like sticks, and his upper body was just.
Dude,
he had these long arms.
Yeah. Tyson Fury, man, that guy is a freaking. In my book, he's. I don't know that I'd say he's the best fighter. Like, it's definitely between him and freaking the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Yeah. I think, but they gotta have their rematch. I mean, how do you leave that shit as a tie? That was ridiculous.
It should never happen.
Yeah. Somebody should have been.
But
fired.
Chael Sonnen was talking about Tyson Fury and Ngannou, and I watched some of that, and he said the best part about Tyson Fury, he said, is when he says something, he goes and does it every time without any questions. He said he was going to fight for the title again. He went and did it. Yeah. He said he was going to do pro wrestling. Went and did it. Yeah. He was like, when he's talking about doing MMA and stuff, he's going to do it. He's going to do it,
yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, man. Tyson Fury is like, I'm definitely a huge Gypsy King fan. He's awesome.
And anybody that does that, anybody that freaking walks the walk after they talk it, I'm a fan of. Yeah. People don't like Conor McGregor, but he did that. Yeah. Everything he said, he went and did it. No matter if he lost, or if he got hurt, or if he didn't win, he still did what he said he was going to do. Yeah. You can't knock him for that.
It's true. Well, speaking about fighting, we are going to break it from UFC, because I know last time we were on UFC for like...
This is the example of what's going to happen to Tyson Fury if he fights Stipe first. I mean...
Yeah, I think so. All right, here we go. A little bit of local news, ladies and gentlemen. Pow! And this story actually broke like a couple of days ago, but I didn't know that you didn't know about this yet, so...
No, I had no idea.
Ba-da-da.
Eating food with gloves on is so weird.
You gotta feel the food, you know? It's kind of like eating... I don't know, hot dogs with a fork?
Like, who does that?
Yeah. All right, lawyer describes altercation before customer body slammed at Tennessee's Popeyes. What it's not telling you here is this happened in Columbia, Tennessee, which is like freaking 2 shakes of lamb's tail from our house.
It's not that
pretty close. This dude right here body slammed this super old lady, 55-year-old woman, who remains hospitalized. With 9 fractures in her elbow, 6 broken ribs, and a broken leg after an altercation in the Popeyes parking lot. She just wanted a refund for some chicken strips, okay? And apparently she's one of those ladies that got back to the house and she's like,
actually, It wasn't even a refund. They double charged
Oh,
her.
Yeah.
So she got her food and she got home and she ate and realized that they had charged her twice for her order.
Yeah.
And has the receipt to prove it.
Yeah. So the manager's like, come on
So
in
she went
and
back.
we'll hook you up. So once she gets there, they start freaking out on her. And I don't know exactly what all happened. I know that there's a video that shows like the confrontation after it's already escalated to the point of like people saying, meet me outside.
It's like a cell phone video from somebody's car. And
Yeah.
you see this, they're dragging her out. And then the guy like picks her up from behind, like
Scoops her
at her waist.
Yeah.
Picks her up and throws her like a rag doll.
Yeah.
On her head.
This dude's big. Like, this is a big dude. Obviously, that's just his head.
This
and
guy
that
could
takes
probably
up
do
most
that
all
to
of our
me.
screen. Look, boop. Like,
Yeah.
look how big that dude is.
This guy could do that to me or John probably. And this is
yeah.
a 55-year-old lady.
That's like one of us beating up Betty White. It's just
not.
why don't you do it? And so here's some stuff that I'm going to touch on, okay? That I feel like might be some sensitive issues, all right? But some of the stuff, it says that she used the N-word there. Not a cool word to say for sure.
Mm-mm.
But you can't go around body slamming people for saying that. And apparently, and so that happened. Apparently,
If that was the case, then everybody in this world would be getting body slammed right now.
Yeah, for saying something stupid.
Yeah, like
And
not
then-
even just that word, just any words at all. I mean, obviously it's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
That the N-word.
The N-word.
And I mean, I would never use it. John would never use it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have respect
Okay.
when it comes to that. And it's just something you don't say. But in the heat of the moment, she lost her cool and said it. But the response that it received wasn't a response that it should have received.
Yeah, and let me say this too. Like,
Give her her money and and
just send her out. Be
tell
on your
her
way
to get the
angry
hell out of
old
your restaurant.
racist lady.
Yeah.
That's what you could say. But let me throw this out there.
Say never come back here.
Yeah,
Get
you're
out,
fired.
never come back.
You're
You're
banned
out.
from coming.
Take your money and go.
Yeah, but what I will say too is like, look, if there's like a word that you can have in your back pocket that you can just throw at somebody at any point in time, and you know that word's just gonna get them there, maybe you should reevaluate the power of that word. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if there was something that you could say to me right now, no matter what, it's just the nuclear bomb word that you could drop on me. I don't want you to have that much power over me.
Right.
So maybe we should just like be like, look, dude, are you gonna say something stupid? Look, it says my client was called an ugly, broke down cracker. If you called me that, I would just laugh. I'm like,
Right.
whatever. That's so stupid. Maybe they should look at every word. Like I understand the N word has like some history behind it for sure. It has a lot of history behind it, but don't let words have so much power over you.
That's such a good thing that you just said.
I'm just saying.
Like, I mean, stop letting words like this have any power.
yeah, dude, laugh
all.
about it. I don't care. You're
Like
stupid for saying it.
any negative power.
Yes.
I know in some connotations, like in the black community,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a kind of like a buddy word. Like me and John, we call each other dude all the time.
Yes.
I feel like it's sort of like that, or like man, man, or
Yeah.
dude, like we say it all the time. But in that, community and race, it can be used in so many different ways as like a term of endearment, and that is their word, and that's fine. I love that they have a word,
Yeah, Layla just said that he got 8 years for doing it. She said that she knows it's evil, but 8 years is a little bit harsh. And I agree. I don't know, but it's also
Dude
harsh.
got 8 years.
Dude got 8 years.
Oh, so he's not. It's not fully sentenced yet. 'Cause
I don't know. I don't know
if
how
it
they
happened
could fully
that
sentence
quick,
it already. Yeah.
I don't think he.
Has it already gone to court and all that stuff? Because, like, this was just I just saw it this week, or last week maybe. But I don't know. Has it already gone to court and stuff? That's pretty wild.
I mean, if they did sentence him to 8 years, that's probably 8 years with
Like,
chance
parole.
of
and stuff
parole
like that.
and
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
based on behavior.
Yeah.
He's not going to like max for this or anything.
Unless he's had like a history of violence or something, like maybe he's
Yeah.
prone to assaulting people, and if that's the case, then maybe he should serve 8 years.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
doing that to a 55-year-old woman over something as stupid as just wanting her
Yeah, refund.
the money that was hers to begin with back.
Yeah,
It's
kind of crazy.
I mean, Popeyes has got, like, we talked about this. Popeyes has got to
Yeah,
reevaluate.
dude, he got sentenced. All right, so it's set in stone 8 years.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe with a chance of parole and stuff like that.
8
That
years-
is insane. 8 years is a long time.
8 years, I really don't care about it. The guy deserves to get punished for this shit because
Yes.
he's a moron for doing this.
Well,
I don't,
too,
I don't
like-
care if you're in the heat of the moment.
How long do you think is an appropriate sentence for something like that? Like, the chick's still in Vanderbilt Hospital. So, like, she's got broken ribs, broken elbow. I don't know how long.
I'm a firm
Like,
believer.
if it was my grandma, I'd be like, dude, bury that guy.
Right.
You know?
I'm a firm believer in the fact that the whole entire justice system needs to be reevaluated because it doesn't work. It's proven time and time again it doesn't work. What I think should happen to the guy is give him a year or 2 years in prison,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of that sentence, when he walks out of the prison door, have a huge muscular guy do the same thing that
Body
he
slam
did
the shit out
to
of
that
him.
woman right on the pavement
There you go.
as soon as he leaves prison.
And also just, like, tell him that that's going to happen to him the entire time
Yeah.
he leaves prison, so that's in his head.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, God, can't wait to get out of here. But once I do, I know what's going to happen.
Or don't tell him. Just surprise the hell out of him. He thinks he's getting in the car,
Yes.
and then just boom, slam him.
I would like it if, like, somebody with character did it. Like,
Big Show.
Big Show, yeah. Or Macho Man Randy Savage, somehow, in his heyday, whenever he was, like, able to do that to a bigger guy.
Right. I mean, I feel like things like that would actually make a difference in society. If
Well, yeah, I
people
feel like-
knew that they were going to get the same thing to them that they did to other people, they wouldn't be doing it.
Well, and two, that's like, me
At
and,
all.
we were watching this show, it's like the first 48 or something like that. And, there was, like, this murder that happened. There's gang-related murder, and there's these two rival gangs that are literally, like, one street down from one another. One's on, like, 13th, and the other's on 14th, and they were, like, a rival gang. So they were killing each other a lot. And,
Those two best friends
pretty
that
much,
had
yeah, like,
a,
grew up together.
right, and then they just started having a competition, and then it went from friendly to ugly.
You're dead!
Yeah.
Well, dude, so, like, that happened. Some guy got shot. That's where the first 48 episode happens or whatever. But the guy that ended up shooting the dude was just pretty much like, yeah, I'm going to jail. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a huge thing whenever half your friends are already in prison anyways. Like, what you're
Yeah.
like, whatever, I'm going to prison. There needs to be some different type of, like, repercussions for doing really stupid shit.
Right. There needs to be...
And maybe way more lenient for doing a lot less dumb stuff, like
Yes.
having
What-
possession of marijuana.
I believe that jail time is something that should be like people should serve that for non-violent crimes and all this stuff. Like you know,
Yes.
you can give them jail time and let them think about what they did because
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like money, like embezzling or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then you have like the violent people, like rapists, murderers, the whole 9 yards. Give them what they deserve. Give them
Yeah.
what they gave.
Well, and two, like, you know, I was watching this thing about, like, one of the guys that's really big against the war on drugs, and he was talking about how, like, the cops are actually, like, the whole penal system was to take, like, if you were person A attacking person B,
Mm-hmm.
the cops was there to protect me, right? And, like, get you off the streets. But,
Yeah.
like, with the war on drugs, who are you hurting? Like, there's no person A, person B. So, like,
It's so dumb.
yeah.
I could just talk about it all day long,
Mm-hmm.
and it drives me up the wall.
Speaking about drugs, what a nice segue. My
Wow.
computer's not working, but son of a bitch computer. This is the time on our show when we talk about sponsors. So if you guys want to sponsor our podcast, our freaking crap computer over here would definitely...
Anything that you sponsor us with, anything that you give us, will be used directly on the podcast.
I don't even care
And
if you give us a dial-up computer with like the clicking and the
We're
modem.
just gonna get a bunch of dildos sent to us, and I'm like, well, we gotta
Just
use
stick
them.
them all over the walls. We're just... I'll send you guys my address if anybody wants to ship us some cool stuff. Well, it's coming up. This is a gym, okay? So please be patient. I don't know what else we're going to talk about in the meantime.
More local news.
Oh, get it out there. Oh,
No,
wait, yeah. No, what's happening?
What's
Okay.
coming up next? Yes.
My God.
Tennessee is in the news
Once again.
once again.
All right. Well, clearly, computer's not working at the moment. But it's pretty much like our third man in the room, and it never works.
Yeah,
He's
so,
like gone to sleep. We got like an old guy that we just have in the corner. randomly goes to sleep. Well, I promise eventually this will come back on. But in the meantime, Tennessee just came out recently. And they're pretty much warning people against flushing your meth. It's a real problem.
Well, they said drugs in general, but in Tennessee, meth is probably one of the more popular drugs.
Yeah, it seems like more mainstream drug to get on.
Because there's a lot of the basis of meth is chemicals that you can acquire right off hand. Mm-hmm. Like that's why it's such a mainstream drug here. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of farmers in Tennessee, and farmers always have all of their pesticides and like in bulk amounts. Mm-hmm. And these people will steal from these farmers, raid their supplies, and make their own meth.
Man, so
that's why it's a big thing in Tennessee. Because it's so readily available for them to make.
Yeah, and dude, don't they use Sudafed in meth?
They do. So, but they used to, you could just buy it right off the shelf.
Yes, and I've got a funny story about that. So like we were in high school, right? And me and my brother would drive like a lot of our friends to school, so we'd like, in the morning leave a little bit early, go by people's houses and pick them up and then drive them to school. So like we were doing that one day, and I didn't know, but like Sudafed was called Skittles back in the day because they're like little red pills.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they look like red Skittles, dude. And my friend is in the back, like, popping open all these containers. And, like, these little red Skittles are falling out. It's like, dude, what are you doing? He's just like, I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. I was like, what? And he's just, like, popping out all these Sudafed. He probably took, like, 12. I don't know how many he really took. I was young and in the front seat, so I really didn't see too much. But, dude, that guy, every time I saw him for that whole week, was just gone. I mean, completely out of it. And you can buy that shit off the shelf.
Yeah.
That's freaking amazing.
That's the main reason that they started putting them into. You could only get them from behind the counter.
Yeah, and now you have to have like ID and all that stuff, and then like they actually put you on some type of a list or something like that if you have been on it for a while. But either way, so we're talking about meth here, meth gators, and I don't know. Pretty sure my computer's just gonna die on us. That's cool. But dude, the funniest part about this whole thing.
It's from Loretto,
yeah.
Loretto, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. And the freaking chief of police said,
because they had a meth bust.
Yes.
They had a meth bust, and when they raided the house, they caught the guy flushing all of his meth down the toilet.
Classic.
Try to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And basically there's research that they found out that this meth going down the toilet can end up in these reservoir ponds or whatever. Mm-hmm. And
which end up draining down into like rivers.
Down into rivers or a lake, and turning these alligators into hyper-aggressive meth gators. It sounds ridiculous.
That's like some shit on like late night sci-fi shows.
But it's true.
I dig it, dude.
So they're warning. He said the quote was, "Stop flushing your drugs down toilets." Okay.
Okay.
Like that's a direct quote from the police.
It's so stupid.
I mean, it's straight and to the point.
Yeah.
And people, we get it because we're from here. But like anybody on the outside of the South that reads that statement would be like, "This is the problems that they have down there," no, and just thinking that we're all trash.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. Well, like there was meth squirrels in Alabama. Like I don't know if you remember hearing about that, but it was a meth bodyguard squirrel or something like that. This this drug dealer had like a pet. It was an attack squirrel. That's what it was. It was a meth attack squirrel.
I can't believe that's real.
I know, yeah. It was pretty lit. It was pretty good stuff. Alright, so pretty much computer is completely out of the picture right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with him right now. Who knows?
But yeah, don't flush your drugs down toilets, okay?
Yeah, it's not good. I'm probably going to get a shirt that says that sometime soon.
I would say burn them, but when you talk about meth, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if the chemicals have subsided enough to actually light them on fire and it be okay.
I feel like it's weird because I watched a lot of Breaking Bad. I watched the entire season or the whole series, and then I just watched. You never ever seen any of it? Oh, dude, it's so good. It's a slow burn. At first, it takes a whole minute, like a whole 2 or 3 episodes, and you're like, I'm in deep. But
one day I'll get a hold of it.
Dude, I swear it's so good. But and I think they got the whole thing on it's all on Netflix, dude. It's all right there on the Netflix.
And they have that movie that came out,
El Camino, which kind of confused me because I thought it was just the freaking what's his name? Clint Eastwood movie.
Gran Torino.
Oh, damn it! You're right. But all right, man. Well, my computer again has let us down. Sleeping old man in the corner. But I just wanted to kind of bring something else to light, really quick, and I'm gonna freeze my freaking nipples off to do this for you guys. But oh, made these shirts. Pow! Epstein didn't kill himself, and that's what we're going to talk about on the last little segment here. But it has gone viral, dude. The memes have swept the nation, and it's everywhere. And so many people have been talking about it. We started it on our podcast. Not really. No. But we have been covering it. Anytime there's anything kind of like big happening with it.
I mean, we talked about it either the day that it happened or the day after it happened.
Yeah, what was her name we had on our podcast?
Jordan.
So Jordan got on our podcast the day that it happened, and we talked about, did you think that he killed himself? And we had it was supposed to be a totally different podcast, but we turned it into a whole thing about conspiracy theories and how we're pretty sure that he didn't kill himself.
None of us believed it.
Oh, hey, there you go. It's moved. But it just deleted everything. So whatever. Black ring. But the crazy thing about it is even though it's still getting, like, it's covered everywhere. Like, I guarantee you cannot swipe through Instagram for more than 2 minutes without seeing some stupid thing about Epstein didn't kill himself.
Right.
It's everywhere. It's all over the place.
That's what needs to happen in today's world, though.
Yeah.
That's what... I know we talked about cancel culture before, but that's what gets stuff canceled.
Yeah.
That's what cancel culture does, is they just keep throwing it in everyone's face until something gets done about it.
Yeah.
And they bring it to light. I feel like that's what needs to happen here.
Yeah.
If everyone keeps bringing it up, eventually something will be said about it.
I hope so, man. Because, like you said, Joe Rogan just covered it again on his podcast. I feel like everybody that...
I mean, he talked about... I can't remember the guy's name, but there's a guy that debunks all these conspiracy theories. He's like a huge skeptic, blah, 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 like wouldn't believe anything as far as like conspiracy theories go. And even he said, he's like, the cameras were dead.
All the cameras were off.
The cameras were off like for that short amount of time that it happened.
All the cameras were off.
Come on.
Both security guards were sleeping. And, like, the thing is, like, he hung himself, but they have paper sheets. And I had no clue about that little detail, but paper sheets. So how are you going to hang yourself on thin paper sheets?
His vertebrae was fractured.
Yeah, he broke his neck.
Yeah.
How would you do that from such a small fall?
You cannot break your neck
yourself, paper sheet, dude.
By hanging yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot do it. There's no way.
So stupid. So dumb. So
I mean, seriously. You're a normal person, and you go to hang yourself. You cannot jerk yourself enough.
No.
Even if you jump from a high spot and hold it.
Yeah.
It will not break your neck.
And on paper sheets, people, my God.
Guaranteed. It will not do it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's dead.
I don't either. I mean, I don't know that he's dead either. But to tell you the truth, like, the thing that really, that I think is hilarious, like, something that happened recently, and this is kind of getting a little bit political, but I think it's kind of shows, like, media. It has nothing really, in my opinion, I don't have any kind of, like, political bias on this, but, like, so this whole thing with, like, the whistleblower with, like, Trump stuff going on, they're really, like, doing hard to, like, protect this guy. Well, his name came out recently. And, like, I can't remember what the name of the website is that published his name, but it was out for a few weeks. Then, like, Donald Trump's son posted it on his Twitter, and everybody's, like, lambasting him for talking about like, you have to protect the whistleblower at all costs. I get it, dude. Like, you want immunity, and you want to be able to say something, you know, like, that could possibly fuck you up, and you don't want to turn into another Henry Snowden, or, what's his name? Not Henry. Can't remember what Snowden's first name is.
Oh,
Snowden.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Jeffrey Snowden.
Yeah.
No.
What if it was?
It might be. But yeah, like I get it. They want immunity and they want to be protected. But in the same time, that chick from ABC got fired for just having a hot mic on. They fired that chick. The one that went on and talked about how they covered the whole story up. They fired that lady the next week. Yeah. And so how's that for like, protecting people? And
what did he even get arrested for? Like, what was the? Do you know like the exact thing that they?
I know that there were sexual charges, like sexual allegations against him and stuff, but I don't know that that's what he got arrested for.
They had to have something on him to keep him in protective custody like that,
Yeah. Well, too, like whenever he was in prison the first time, he was allowed to leave and just check in whenever he wanted to. He just left prison and came back. And
that's
then
like
left.
mafia shit.
I know. Like, dude, that guy was so freaking
Have
protected.
you ever seen Goodfellas?
Uh-huh.
Where they go to jail.
I love that movie.
Yeah. And they're like sitting there making pasta in the freaking jail cell and they're all playing cards and shit.
That's pretty much what it was. Except
you didn't put enough salt in the sauce.
Yeah. Dude, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened with that whole situation, but something shifty went down. And somebody needs to find out what.
Everybody in America knows it. There's not a person, I don't think that you can literally find a person on this planet that doesn't have a political agenda.
Yeah.
That thinks that Epstein killed himself.
Yeah.
Everybody that does have a political agenda will tell you something different.
And I think it's so weird that it shouldn't even be like Democrat, Republican, anything like that. It should be like people versus pedophiles. Like,
right.
Dude, I don't know,
This is probably bigger than freaking anything. I don't know. It's huge.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
I mean, man. he had an island given to him.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously the Clintons are involved because Bill had who knows what kind of relationship he had
Dude,
with
yeah,
Epstein.
I know. My God, that guy's so crazy. Look, and like here, okay, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a good way to phrase this to not get myself like in somewhat look that weird. Like, I don't know. Okay. Clinton. Freaking the cigar thing? Like, he shoved a cigar in freaking chick, and then that was like the smoking gun, so to speak, was like the cigar.
What are you talking? What?
Okay, like, all right, Bill Clinton and was it Monica Lewinsky?
Mm-hmm.
He apparently shoved a cigar in her.
I never heard about that.
Yeah,
I thought she just blew him.
That's what I thought. The whole time growing up, I think my parents just like protected me from knowing that, like, Swisher Sweets were a little extra sweet that day. So like, yeah. So, but either way, man, I think it takes a really weird person to be like, let me shove this cigar inside of you. And that's what they caught him on. Like, they know that he did that. That was proven that he'd done that.
What, did they like walk in on this?
I think so. I don't know what happened, but that's just, so to me at least, that's the weird thing. I think that,
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I gotta freaking text this person really quick. But yes, I feel like already there's some kind of weird sexual stuff going on with him, if that's what we caught him on. And I'm like, what I was trying to get at there is, like, I freaking love sex, freaking love it. That's the whole reason I live. But I've never thought, like, let me shove a cigar in somebody. Like, I'm not, I don't know. That's just,
neither have I. I mean, I guess if you really like cigars, maybe it's a thing.
I can see that.
I don't like cigars. But, I mean, there are cigar aficionados. I mean, maybe he wanted a little bit of tang with his cigar, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's still weird. It's still pretty weird.
It is very weird. And, I mean, if Hillary's your wife, I don't know. You've already got to be kind of weird anyways. She seems like a
he was
spastic woman. I don't know.
With a 20-year-old in the White House.
Yep.
And that's what got him... Did he legitimately get impeached, or did he resign?
I don't know what happened. Yeah. I think he resigned, maybe.
But either way, like, he was doing that stuff in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
I'm going to leave you to this for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Oh, my leg.
Okay.
Free Jesus.
Anyways. I think he's taking a business call, probably. But, yeah. Don't believe that Epstein killed himself. I don't even know if he's really dead. But, yeah, he's back.
Sorry, freaking delivery driver dude's calling me. But yeah, man. I don't know. So there's a lot of weird shit already going on sexually with these guys, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know. And something else too that I think is pretty
Bill
funny.
Clinton. That's another thing. He flew with Jeffrey Epstein on Jeffrey Epstein's plane 26 confirmed times, if not more.
Yeah, they said it's somewhere in the range of like 50 though.
Yeah.
That's fucking a lot.
Confirmed flights.
And then they're gonna
Where
act
were
like
they
they
going?
know nothing about it. He got impeached in the House, but not the Senate. He was formally removed from the House. Layla, I freaking dig you. Like, you need to get on. You need to just be on here all the time. You're like our fact checker. So thank you.
She's like who's that guy on Joe Rogan that does
Young Jamie.
Yeah.
You're like our young Jamie,
Mhm.
Layla. Thank you. You're legit. But yeah, so
Clearly, there's a bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes that nobody, or that the people that it involves do not want you to know about.
yes, yeah. So
And we live in a day and age where everything is readily available. You can't
Yeah.
hide anything from anybody.
did you tweet something the day Twitter came out that might be like bad? Well, now everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Like,
And you're going to be canceled because of it.
yeah, exactly. So we need to find out what happened. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I just feel like these people need to be held accountable.
Dave Chappelle had a joke one time. I can't remember which special it was on, but he was talking about, he was like, how famous of a person does it take to where that if somebody sucks your dick, it makes them famous?
It's true.
Like, that's exactly
That
how
is fame,
famous
dude.
Bill Clinton
Yeah.
was at one point
That
in
is
time.
true.
Monica Lewinsky blew him,
And now he's
and
famous.
she got
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah.
From blowing.
That's true,
Like,
dude.
he was like, I can't comprehend that in my brain to where that if somebody sucked my dick, they would be that famous.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, it's crazy
Dave
to think
Chappelle,
about.
man. He always puts it in perspective. He just
Right.
brings it back home. He just brings it back home. But yeah, dude, so I'm going to get one of my computer friends to work on our computer and find out how we can fix this thing. Because, I don't know, unless somebody's, next day shipping us a new computer or an old computer. Dial up.
Yeah, as long as it works.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully next time this is going to be working a little bit better. But I don't know, man. You got anything else you want to cover? I've got this delivery dude dropping some stuff off at my house.
Is he here right now?
I think he's going to be here in like 5 minutes, she said. But also, did you know, just a really quick public service announcement for everyone out there. You can actually buy alcohol online. Like, you can buy, like, just whiskey and all this stuff online. I had no clue. And I've been looking for this Ron Swanson scotch for like a month now, or at least a few weeks. All right, I looked for it yesterday, but I found out online you can actually buy it online.
Wow.
And they just ship it to your house. I was like, what's the catch? Nope. They just ship it to your house.
That's cool.
You can't have it shipped to Tennessee. James, no! Are you serious? I clipped the audio. Damn it. I just found out about it yesterday, and now I'm finding out that it's all a lie. So it really can't be shipped to Tennessee? That sucks. Saw this thing about, like, Slipknot's got a new whiskey as
I'm
well.
telling you, it's the damn Bible Belt. They're ruining it for everybody.
Ugh. Look.
Just because you don't want to drink, or you don't want to do this or that, doesn't mean that we shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, and I agree with that fully, dude. I think, like, the whole no selling alcohol on a certain day, that's just an inconvenience to everyone. What's the point, dude? If you're
like,
going to get drunk,
if you want to go back in time, they didn't have grape juice for communion on Sunday.
They had some straight up
It was
malt liquor.
It was it was damn wine, and they probably drank it on Sunday. And the first miracle that Jesus ever did was turn water into wine. And you know why he did it? Because they were having a wedding celebration, and everybody drank all of the wine that they had.
Yeah.
And they wanted more. So everybody was plastered out of their mind, and they said, Jesus, make us some more wine. We're out. And he's like, show enough, and made it.
Yeah. Drink up this sip. Don't tell me how to freedom. Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying, James. Nobody needs to tell us how to freedom. That's all we're trying to get at here.
I had this saved, and for anybody who hasn't seen this movie and likes horror movies, you need to watch it.
Yes. Throw it out there.
An American Werewolf in London.
I love that movie. That was an old school movie.
Came out in 1981 on this day.
Really?
In 1981. Yep.
Nice.
That was 6 years before I was born.
Dude, talking about movies. Well,
That
first of all,
movie
that movie is freaking awesome.
Is freaking
Probably one of the best.
It was ahead of its time.
It was. CGI even looked okay.
There's dark comedy.
Uh-huh.
It has one of the best werewolf transformations.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from Wolf Cop. If you've never seen Wolf Cop,
yeah.
you gotta see it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but just watch that movie and wait for the transformation.
Live your life, people. But yeah, dude, and then also, speaking of movies, I watched this movie Elijah or Eli. I think it's called Eli. It's on Netflix. I was watching it. I was not really anticipating too much, but that movie blew my freaking mind. So you guys need to watch it. It was awesome. Eli. It was legit. But you got anything else? I think we're gonna have to sign off. I don't want this guy to be out there freaking.
I mean, I guess we can wait till next week.
Yeah.
Save some stuff.
Hopefully it'll be warmer. If not, I don't know. We're gonna fix some stuff.
We're just gonna build a fire right in the middle of the
Yes.
table.
Yeah.
And
it's
like
so cool.
roast some marshmallows while on the podcast.
Hey, and also if anybody wants one of these shirts, we're gonna I'm just gonna make a few of them and just message us on either comments on here or something like that, and we'll get at you and get you one of these shirts. But yeah, I don't know. We'll probably do some giveaways maybe.
Yeah.
And if we find out what happened to Epstein, I'll just give out 100 of these shirts.
If you find out what happened to him.
If you lead us to the capture of who killed Epstein, we'll give you 100 t-shirts.
Clearly, though, there's not going to be any loose ends. So
No.
whoever killed Epstein is dead as well.
Mm.
If Epstein is still alive, he's never going to be found.
Yeah.
And the people who hit him are never going to be brought to light.
That's true.
As far as, I mean,
Hopefully.
if you can,
Probably not.
if you have the amount of power
To make two cops go to sleep.
and that, to make a person as powerful as Epstein,
Yeah.
because he blackmailed some powerful people.
Yeah.
If you have the power to outpower him,
Mm-hmm.
that is a crazy amount of power that you
Dealing
have.
with some serious folks, man.
So it's going to be an absolute miracle if anything gets brought to light on this situation. In my
Here's to
opinion.
hope, people.
But still, nobody believes that he killed himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah. Ah, man. Wouldn't you love to be the cops that were there that went to sleep?
Yeah,
they know.
because now I have my own island.
Yeah.
Because they
Either
got
that or they're
paid
dead. I don't know,
off.
dude. I don't know.
Paid
I wonder if
off.
those guys are still working there.
There's no way.
You guys are
no
sleeping
way.
in the most high profile person
I mean,
ever.
if you're sitting there in the chief's office and he's just like,
Yeah.
what happened? You
Mhm.
both passed
Both
out?
went to sleep? I don't think so, guys. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call you on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. But, alright, guys. Y'all be good. And, yeah, if y'all have any kind of cool stuff that you've heard about, send it to us. We're on Instagram, instagram.com/theheckpodcast, or just search The Heck Podcast. And, message us on there, man. That's where we're at.
We'll give you shout outs and stuff.
Yeah.
If you bring us anything that we like and we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, y'all be good. Take care.